Зі зведеного брифінгу речників антитерористичної операції, це Леонід Матюхін, він буде у нас на Skype-зв'язку, та виконуючого обов'язки речника Генерального штабу України Владислава Селезньова. Владислава, прошу.
Доброго ранку, шановні колеги.
Good morning, dear colleagues. Congratulations. I would like to inform you about the following. Today, as a part of a visit to Ukraine, Prime Minister of Poland, Yanukovych, the first Deputy Minister of Defense of Ukraine, Ivan Ryslak, will meet Deputy Minister of National Defense of Poland on issues of defense, Robert Kupecki. They will discuss military political situation around Ukraine and development of cooperation in military and military technical fields. Tomorrow, the Minister of Defense of Ukraine, Colonel General Poltorak, will have a meeting with a delegation of Special Monitoring Mission OSCE in Ukraine, headed by extraordinary and plenipotentiary Ambassador Artungulov Apakanam. Also, this week, we will receive a delegation of land forces of the U.S., headed by the commander of land forces of the U.S. in Europe, General Hodges. Since 22 January in Brussels, Ukrainian military delegation, headed by Chief of the General Staff, General Viktor Muzhenko. They will participate in the meeting of a military committee of NATO on the level of chiefs of general staffs in the format of countries contributors of international training advisory mission of NATO in Afghanistan, decisive support, and the military committee Ukraine-NATO. Participants of the meeting, they will discuss the issue of reforms on military forces of Ukraine and the situation in Ukraine and along its borders. They will discuss prospects of military cooperation in the format of Ukraine-NATO. Armed forces of Ukraine continue to receive support and assistance from country's partners. Recently, the fourth cargo with winter clothing came from Australia. The government provided Ukrainian military forces winter boots, hats, and scarves. General sum of humanitarian aid to armed forces of Ukraine from Australia is on the level of $2,300,000 US. Armed forces of Ukraine received a military transportation aircraft of short takeoff and landing AN-70. The Minister of Defense signed the order. AN-70 is paratroopers transportation means of transportation aviation armed forces of Ukraine. It is meant for landing of dropping parachutes, paratroopers with parachutes or landing, transportation of material means, and providing this support to troops and for special tasks. It is 40.5 meters long, breadth of wings about 44 meters. It is about 16.5 meters high. The mass of the empty aircraft is 74 tons. The plane is able to transport up to 47 tons of cargo, as during the usual takeoff and landing, and 20 tons in the mode of short takeoff and landing on the height of 12 kilometers, and the speed is 750 kilometers per hour. AN-70 has a unique ability to take off and land from short and also not equipped runoffs. It needs a runoff for a regular takeoff about 1,900 meters, but for a short 790 meters for a short takeoff. Maximum it can fly for 7,800 kilometers without cargo. Practical length of fly with cargo of 20 tons. It's on the level of 3,000 kilometers. The volume of the cargo room of AN-70 is 400 square meters, and it can transport up to 300 soldiers with weapons or up to 206 wounded soldiers. The construction of the plane allows two planes in the cargo room, cargoes in two rows, and up to 20 units of military equipment of Armed Forces of Ukraine, and to drop about 110 paratroopers on to take the cargo up to 15 tons. Monocargo. The crew is 5 people, and it can serve 15,000 flying hours, 7,000 flights over 30 years. Warranty is 3,000 flying hours, 1,500 flights, and 10 years of exploitations. And warranty is calculated from the day of when it comes into operation, and it's not less than 3 years. The warranty is not less than 500 hours or 300 landings. During the last week, maintenance crews of Armed Forces of Ukraine fixed 227 units of military equipment, including 4 tanks, 10 T-64, 8 5 BMP-1 and 15 BMP-2, 4 BTR-70 and 5 BTR-80, 5 armored intelligence vehicles BRDM-2, 4 BRD-1K, and 1 BMD-2 for paratroopers. In addition to that, 183 units of vehicles were fixed, 43 Urals, 48 ZIL-131, 4 ZIL-130, 32 Gas-66, 13 Kraz, 26 KAMAZ, 4 MAZ, and 3 multifunctional lightly armored truck movers, MTLB. State enterprises renovated a BTR-3E armored vehicle. So, since the beginning of ATO, for Armed Forces of Ukraine, they fixed and repaired 19,051 units of equipment, military equipment and ammunition. Among them, 17,889 units were repaired by maintenance crews of military units. All the rest were fixed by specialized teams of state enterprises. This is a brief summary of activity on or during the several days. Now I give the floor to the speaker of from ATO headquarters, Leonid Matyukhin, Captain, second rank. So we would like to hear information about the situation in ATO area during the last day. Starting from 6 o'clock yesterday, terrorists shelled 35 times upon positions of our forces and upon civilians, and they used mortars, grenade launchers, artillery, and shelled Makarovsku, Sokolniki, Krasnodarivku, Toniki, Troitsky, Popasny, Chermalik, 3 times bandits were firing upon Krimsky. From shelling of Graz, they shelled upon Donetsk, Shastia, Trizhny, Stanitsa, Luhansk, Nizhny Tanaik, Talakivka. 2 times they used it upon Piskin, Kirovsky. 8 shells were near Hnutovo. The bandits used mortars and anti-tanks, rocket equipment, and they shelled 90 times upon the positions and on the territory of Donetsk port. They continue active steps to liberate it from militants, and the enemy has a lot of losses. That's it. Is there any question? Leonid, I have just one. Could you clarify Donetsk airport? Is it the same Is there a battle like there was during previous days, or is there a trend of reduction? Information about the Donetsk airport is limited because of known reasons, because when information comes from non-official circles, then the terrorists take that information, they use it on their resources, and that works for them. So this information is classified, I would say. Thank you very much. Take care. Until tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Thank you, colleagues. Now we're done. The next press briefing will be at 12:30 of Colonel Lysenko. Thank you.